There's a quiet anxiety many of us share, a sense that something is off in the world. It's a feeling that creeps in during quiet moments, when we pause and reflect on everything happening around us. Sometimes, it's hard to even put into words, but it lingers in the background of our daily lives. We see chaos and conflict everywhere, and it feels like things are getting worse. The news is filled with stories of disaster, division, and uncertainty, making it seem as if the world is spiraling out of control. This unease is real, but it doesn't tell the whole story. Our emotions are valid, but they're only part of a much bigger picture. Our perception is shaped by both real challenges and the way our minds process them. We talk about these issues with friends and family, trying to make sense of it all, but sometimes it just adds to the confusion. Our brains, built for a simpler world, struggle to keep up with today's complexity. We're constantly adapting, but the pace of change can leave us feeling lost and disconnected. We're bombarded with information, making it natural to feel overwhelmed. Every day brings a flood of updates, opinions, and alerts, and it's easy to lose perspective. But understanding why we feel this way is the first step to a more balanced perspective. When we pause to reflect, seek support, or talk things through, we begin to regain a sense of control. Let's acknowledge, the world can feel overwhelming, and sometimes it really does seem like it's getting worse. But we don't have to accept that feeling as the whole truth. But is it truly falling apart, or is our lens distorted? Sometimes, the way we look at things can make all the difference. By separating real change from psychological bias, we can see more clearly. We can start to notice not just what's wrong, but also what's improving and what we can do about it. This isn't about blind optimism, it's about finding hope through understanding. When we look deeper, we find stories of resilience, kindness, and progress that often go unnoticed. Let's begin this journey together. By exploring why everything feels so wrong, we can discover new ways to see the world, and maybe, just maybe, find a little more hope along the way. Not long ago, news from afar was distant and delayed. People would wait days, sometimes weeks, for updates about events happening in other parts of the world. The news arrived in the morning paper, or through the crackling voice of a radio announcer, and it felt like a rare window into distant lives. Now, every crisis is delivered instantly to our phones. Breaking news alerts buzz in our pockets at all hours, making the world's troubles feel as close as our own. We're exposed to suffering and disaster from every corner of the globe, every minute. Whether we're at home, at work, or on the move, the latest tragedy is just a swipe away, demanding our attention. This constant stream creates the illusion that bad events are more frequent. The sheer volume of negative stories can make it seem like the world is spiraling out of control, even if the facts tell a different story. In reality, we're just more aware of them. Our awareness has grown, not necessarily the number of disasters themselves. The world hasn't changed as much as our access to information has. Good news is quiet, it rarely makes headlines. Stories of kindness, progress, and hope are often buried beneath the noise, overlooked in favor of the sensational. The media focuses on the dramatic and negative because that's what grabs attention. Our brains are wired to notice threats, so headlines are crafted to spark fear or outrage. Imagine watching only car crashes. You'd think driving was deadly, ignoring millions of safe journeys. The rare and shocking becomes the norm in our minds, distorting our sense of reality. Our newsfeed is a global highlight reel of catastrophe. We see the worst of humanity and nature, stitched together into a never-ending loop. No wonder the world feels dangerous. When every screen is filled with crisis, it's easy to believe we're surrounded by chaos. It's not a conspiracy, just the nature of media and our own psychology. Journalists chase stories that will be read and shared, and we're drawn to what frightens or shocks us. We may be living in the most peaceful era, yet feel on the brink of collapse. Most of life is calm and ordinary, but that rarely makes the news. The window we look through is tinted to show mostly darkness. But if we look beyond the headlines, we might see a world that's brighter than we think. Our brains are ancient survival machines wired to notice threats. This negativity bias means we remember bad experiences more than good ones. It kept our ancestors safe, but now it fuels anxiety. Today's threats are abstract: climate change, polarization, not lions in the grass. Our threat system is triggered by endless negative news, with no clear way to act. Each bad story sticks, reinforcing the belief that the world is terrible. Positive stories fade quickly from memory. we're running new software on old hardware. Recognizing this bias helps us see our feelings are shaped by ancient programming, not just reality. Social media amplifies negativity. Platforms are designed to keep us engaged, and outrage is the most engaging emotion. Algorithms feed us content that provokes anger and fear, trapping us in a cycle of outrage. This creates chronic stress. Our bodies are always on alert. Complex issues are reduced to sound bites, making it easy to demonize others. We see only the loudest, angriest voices and mistake them for the majority. Most people are decent, but social media shows us a distorted, hostile world. We're not just consuming bad news, we're participating in a system that amplifies it. The result: exhaustion, anxiety, and a belief that society is hopelessly divided. But this is a distortion, not the full picture. Facing global problems, it's easy to feel powerless. The scale of issues like climate change or inequality makes individual action seem meaningless. Our brains evolved for local problems, not global ones. But powerlessness is often an illusion created by information overload. Large-scale change is built from millions of small actions. We may not see the impact, but every drop matters. Focus on what you can control, your actions. By taking small steps, we reclaim agency and help shape the future. Modern life fuels constant comparison. Social media shows us curated, idealized versions of others' lives. We compare our messy reality to everyone else's highlight reel. This unwinnable game breeds envy and inadequacy. We forget that behind every perfect photo is a real person with struggles. The pressure to appear perfect adds more stress. These platforms distort reality. They're advertisements, not real life. The solution isn't to quit, but to engage consciously. Remember, what you see isn't the full picture. True contentment comes from focusing on your own journey, not the comparison game. Our brains are naturally wired to notice threats and negativity, a trait that once helped us survive, but now leaves us vulnerable to the constant flood of bad news and idealized images we see every day. In today's hyper-connected world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by headlines and social media feeds that highlight conflict, disaster, and unattainable perfection. But recognizing these pressures is the first step to overcoming them. When we pause and reflect, we can start to see how these influences shape our mood and outlook, often without us even realizing it. Curate your information diet. Turn off notifications, take breaks, and seek out positive stories that inspire hope and action. Choose what you consume with intention, and give yourself permission to disconnect from the noise. For every story of division or conflict, there are countless acts of cooperation, generosity, and quiet heroism happening all around us, often unnoticed. Focus on your local community and the actions you can take where you see real, tangible impact. When you get involved, you become part of the solution, no matter how small your contribution may seem. Small, tangible acts, like lending a hand, sharing a meal, or simply offering a smile, restore a sense of control and connection in a world that can feel chaotic. Real change begins with simple acts of kindness and engagement. These moments ripple outward, inspiring others and building stronger, more compassionate communities. Most people, when given the chance, are inclined toward cooperation, fairness, and empathy. We are wired for connection, and our best qualities shine when we work together. The world feels worse not because we are worse, but because our systems and technologies amplify negativity, making it seem more common than it truly is. You are not broken. You're human, living in a confusing and rapidly changing time. It's normal to feel uncertain, but you are not alone in these feelings. Within you is hope, resilience, and goodness. These qualities are shared by people everywhere, across cultures and backgrounds. That's the real story of humanity, one of perseverance, kindness, and the ability to lift each other up even in difficult times. Let's choose to see it, and let's remind each other every day that a better world is possible, one small act at a time.